Well, we're going to go ahead and start. I'd like to welcome everybody to American Legion Post 58's Flag Day ceremony for the disposal and retirement of flags. The first thing I want to do is introduce our post commander, Joe Ontiveros, for his welcome and comments.
Well, I'd like to welcome you to Post 58. I was going to read something out, but I think Rennie took care of that. We're here to welcome the American Legion ceremony for disposal of unserviceable flags. It is a dignified tribute to the U.S. flag and its symbolism. We therefore conclude that this ceremony is both legal and proper, and that it is an effective instrument for promoting enhanced respect for our U.S. flag. Comrade Rennie, please begin the ceremony.
Thank you, Commander. So among you today are members of our community, veterans, distinguished representatives from many other veterans organizations, and American Legion Post. I do not believe we have any representatives from our government. If there are, raise your hand, be recognized. They were invited. I don't see any here. And the media, which we do appreciate, they are here with us this evening. So we appreciate all of your attendance very, very much. Today we also celebrate the United States Army's 244th birthday and the national pause for the Pledge of Allegiance. Participating in today's ceremony is Commander Joe Ontiveros and officers of American Legion Post 58. My name is Rennie. I'm the Flag Day Chairman. Also, members of the Sons of the American Legion Squadron 58, members of the American Legion Riders, members of the 40 and 8 Voiture Lookout 605, and our Honor Guard, Boy Scout Troop 213, Yucca Council, chartered by our post, assisted and helped by members of the American Legion Riders. We want to thank Unit 58 of the Auxiliary for their support and help, Communications Director Dave Crozier from USASMA for his technical support and assistance, setting all that stuff over there. And Letty West from Stars and Stripes is once again acting as our official photographer. She's here, and we thank her for that. We also have the state of Minnesota. Those of you that have seen it, don't understand it, wonder what the heck it is. The state of Minnesota Paul Bunyan Gavel, which this year is in the custody of the state of Texas as a fundraiser. If you see it and you want to put a buck or two or some change in there, all money goes this year to children's welfare. So after the ceremony, we'll have it inside. So the first thing we're going to do is the national pause for the Pledge of Allegiance. The national pause for the Pledge of Allegiance is celebrated each year at 7 p.m. on Flag Day. Americans all across the nation will pause with us to recite the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. June 20th, 1985, the 95th Congress passed and President Reagan signed Public Law 99-54, recognizing the pause for the Pledge of Allegiance as part of National Flag Day activities. At this time, please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Facing our colors, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Please remain standing. The Star-Spangled Banner was celebrated in 2014 on Flag Day, June 14th. For its 200th anniversary this year, the Star-Spangled Banner is 205 years old. In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson ordered the Star-Spangled Banner be played at military and other appropriate occasions. We have deemed this an appropriate occasion. In honor of Flag Day, we will now play our national anthem. You may be seated. Past Post 58 Commander and 16th District Commander Dave Crozier will address us on the 244th United States Army birthday.
Okay. If these notes happen to blow all the way away, we'll just sing happy birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished friends and guests, today we celebrate the birthday of the United States Army. It was on June 14, 1775, that the Second Continental Congress established the Army to fight the American Revolution, which makes our Army more than a year older than the nation it serves. On that day, the United States wasn't even the United States yet. The only defense citizens had was their local militia, made up of part-time citizen soldiers, mostly untrained. On June 14th, the Continental Congress voted to stand up a Continental Army, and the next day they voted unanimously for George Washington to be the Commander-in-Chief. 3 days later, the Congress requested all colonies form militia companies. So as you can see, the Army moves pretty fast. In fact, our Army has responded quickly throughout history to protect our nation. From its earliest days of the Revolution and the War of 1812 to the present day, we have fought long and hard for the freedoms all Americans hold dear. Our hardest fights was in World War II, when we joined the Allies to fight Nazi Germany on the beaches of Normandy. D-Day was 75 years ago this month. And today, as we mark the 244th year of the United States Army, we also recognize and celebrate our victory on D-Day. As you know from history, D-Day began June 6, 1944, with 156,000 American, British, and Canadian forces landing on the Normandy beaches. It was one of the largest amphibious military assaults in history, more than 5,000 ships and 11,000 aircraft. It started at dawn on June 6th, and the entire operation ended on August 25, when the Allies reached the Seine River and liberated Paris. Historians may be divided on what immediate effects of failure would have been, but they all agree that without victory, the war could have lasted years. Your United States Army played a significant role in D-Day, just as we have played a significant role in all armed conflicts. The Army is the world's most lethal ground combat force in history and stands ready today to deploy, fight, and win our nation's wars. We continue to evolve and change to defeat our enemies and to preserve our freedoms for all Americans. As we gather here today, more than 180,000 soldiers are serving worldwide, continuing to fight for our nation's freedom and protecting our way of life. They are America's Army, and they honor the call to service. Throughout our 244-year history, soldiers have served with distinction and honor in the cause of freedom. They have not only defended our way of life in foreign lands, but have stood guard here at home, combating devastation from natural disasters, rushing to the aid of Americans in need, and keeping us safe and secure. They are your guardians of freedom, beacons of hope and liberty, and while they never ask to be called anything other than soldier or civilian, to us they are all heroes. Today and always, we celebrate those Army heroes. This we will defend. Happy birthday, U.S. Army.
We will now proceed with the ceremony for the disposal and retirement of unserviceable flags. This flag which we honor and under which we serve is the emblem of our unity, our power, our thought and purpose as a nation. It is no other character than that which we give it from generation to generation. Though silent, it speaks to us of the past, of the men and women who went before us, and the records they wrote upon it. On this Flag Day, let us remember that we salute at baseball games, pledge allegiance to in classrooms, fly quietly above our homes and schools, a symbol of our founding principles and the struggle of 13 generations to keep the American dream alive. The ceremony for disposal of unserviceable flags is outlined in Resolution 440, passed by the 19th National Convention of the American Legion in New York, September 23, 1937. The ceremony has been made an integral part of American Legion ritual since that date. At this time, the Sergeant at Arms from his position will approach the honor guard, rendering a proper salute and accept the flag from the Scout Senior Patrol Leader. The Sergeant at Arms will then post himself in front of the commander. Comrade Commander, we wish to present an unserviceable flag representing all unserviceable flags of our country for inspection and disposal. Comrade Sergeant at Arms, advance and present the flag for disposal and inspection to the second Vice Commander. Comrade Vice Commander, we present this unserviceable flag for your inspection. The present condition of this flag is the result of its unusual service as the emblem of our country. This flag has become faded and worn over the graves of our departed comrades and the soldier and sailor dead of all our nation's wars. Sergeant at Arms, present this flag to the first Vice Commander for his inspection. Comrade Vice Commander, we present this flag which has been inspected by the second Vice Commander for your further inspection. Flags like this one have served many purposes. Some of these flags have been displayed in various public places. Now present this flag to the commander for final inspection and fitting disposal. The Sergeant at Arms will now return to his position in front of the commander holding the flag. Comrade Commander, we have the honor to present for final inspection and proper disposal this flag of our country. This flag has been inspected by the first and second Vice Commanders. Comrade Commander, since this flag representing all unserviceable flags has become unserviceable in a worthy cause, having become faded and worn in a tribute of service and love, we recommend today that it be honorably retired from further service and fittingly destroyed. Let this faded flag of our country be retired and destroyed with respectful and honorable rites, and its place be taken by bright new flags of the same size and kind, and let no grave of our soldier or sailor dead be unhonored and unmarked. Sergeant at Arms, now present the flag to be destroyed to the honor detail. Once the flag is in the scout's position, the sergeant at arms will return to his original position. The scouts and the honor guard will now slowly unfold the flag as I read the 13 folds of the flag. There are many versions of the 13 folds. The following 13s of the folds have been used at our first Flags for First Graders program, and we thought appropriate to use it for today's ceremony. As we unfold, the first fold of the flag represents the first color of our flag, red. Red stands for courage. Many men and women have had the courage to stand up and fight for our country. The second fold of the flag represents the second color of our flag, white. White stands for purity. Purity means to do what is right. We hope and pray that our country will always stand for what is right. The third fold represents the third color of our flag, blue. Blue stands for justice. When we pledge allegiance to the flag, we end with the words, with liberty and justice for all. The fourth fold of the flag represents the 13 stripes, representing the original 13 states. The fifth fold of the flag represents the stars on our flag, the 50 stars representing our 50 United States of America. The sixth fold of the flag represents the number of years the American flag has been the symbol of our nation's unity, as well as a source of pride and inspiration for millions of citizens. The seventh fold of the flag represents a symbol of liberty. The American flag has carried the message of freedom and inspired Americans both at home and abroad. The eighth fold of the flag represents the many names our flag is called, like All Glory and the Star-Spangled Banner. But whatever it is called, it is your flag, the flag of our country. The ninth fold is a tribute to our country, for in the words of Stephen Decatur, our country, in dealing with other countries, may she always be right, but it is still our country, right or wrong. The 10th fold is for where our hearts lie, for it is where our heart that we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. The 11th fold is a tribute to our armed forces, for it is through our armed forces that we protect our country and our flag against all her enemies, whether they be found within or without our boundaries. The 12th fold represents our children, for in our youth and their education stands the future of our country. The 13th and last fold of the flag represents who we are. It stands for the freedom we all share and the pride and patriotism we feel for our country. We cherish its legacy as a beacon of hope to one and all. Long may it wave. Will everyone please rise? Let us pray. If it's appropriate, uncover. Almighty God, Captain of all hosts and commander over all, bless and consecrate this hour. We thank thee for our country and its flag, and for the liberty for which it stands. To clean and purging flame we commit this flag, worn out in worthy service, as it yields its substance to the fire. May thy holy light spread over us and bring to our hearts renewed devotion to God and country. Amen. At the command of hand salute, the honor guard will honorably destroy the flag. As they are destroying the flag, we will be playing taps. Proceed. And please be careful. Hand salute. coup. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. We want to thank all officers and participants for attending and helping. I do believe we have some cake inside. Also, bratwurst is on sale from the SAL.